Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is April 13th, 2025, and Osasuna are set to appeal the Royal Spanish Football Federation's decision in regards to Inigo Martinez's inclusion in that match against Osasuna. Also, reports have emerged that Deco is willing to put Raphinha on the market during this summer transfer market. And finally, Aston Villa are eyeing two Barcelona players. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and we'll begin today's video with the news that Osasuna are set to appeal the Royal Spanish Football Federation's decision in regards to Inigo Martinez. As you might recall, after the match against Osasuna filed a complaint with the Royal Spanish Football Federation stating that Inigo Martinez should not have been included in Barcelona's lineup because there is a rule in FIFA that says a player that has been called up by their national team cannot, play during the FIFA international break plus 5 days after for their club if they abandoned their national team's training camp. And of course, Barcelona responded to that complaint by stating that Inigo Martinez had been released by the Royal Spanish Football Federation because he got injured before the FIFA international break. And as such, that rule did not apply. And while the Royal Spanish Football Federation ruled on this complaint and stated that Barcelona were correct and that Inigo Martinez was allowed to play against Osasuna. Well, now the news is that Osasuna will be appealing this to the Royal Spanish Football Federation's Appeals Committee because they are stating that the Royal Spanish Football Federation communication that they issued releasing Inigo Martinez was solely based on medical reasons and it wasn't an official agreement between them and the club. I guess. I don't know. Also, they are questioning the medical injury of Inigo Martinez. And in fact, this is the statement about Osasuna in regards to the medical injury or the medical documentation that Barcelona had submitted. There's not even any mention in the file or in the competition resolution that these tests, which the Royal Spanish Football Federation's own chief medical officer requested, were performed. Nor does the medical report contain any details. So Osasuna, I don't know what the hell you guys are doing. Barcelona beat you fair and square. You suck. You're a much, much inferior club to Barcelona. I don't know what you're trying to prove with this. You already lost. You're trying to appeal it and lose again. I mean, what? You just want to continue to accumulate L's? I don't understand. But anyways, I guess Barcelona going to have to continue to deal with this. Hopefully that appeal will also be rejected. My God, these clubs, man. These fucking clubs. Anyways, on to the next bit of news because reports today emerged that Deco is set to put Raphinha on the market. Now, it seems that, well, before I scare you guys, this report is not true. And it simply has become a misinterpretation of an information that came from the reporter Xavi Campos, who works for Catalunya Radio. He issued a report in Catalan, and maybe that's why a lot of media outlets have misinterpreted this report and instead have, made their own report stating that Deco is willing to sell Raphinha for around 90 million euros come this summer. Now, what is the original report which was issued in Catalan say? Well, it's right now, as you know, Barcelona are looking to extend the contract of Raphinha, which expires in 2027. Negotiations have already began with the player and his representative. And during the meeting between Deco and Raphinha's agent, Deco said, look, given the club's finances, given the club's financial fair play, this is the maximum we can offer Raphinha as far as salary. Now, Deco said, now I understand that Raphinha is 28, so this is probably, his last chance to kind of score a huge mega contract. So if you guys want to earn more and want to go somewhere else to earn more, I completely understand. That's all Deco said. And somehow, some way, many of these outlets have interpreted that Deco wants to put Raphinha on the market. Deco hates Raphinha, that he kicked him in the face and told him to get out. No truth to that. simply Deco said, look, we want you. We're happy with you. We want to renew you. But given the club's finances, this is the max we can offer you. If you want more, unfortunately, we can't do it. And if you want to go somewhere else to earn more, I understand. That's all. That doesn't mean that Deco wants to put Raphinha on the market. So if you came across that report, just ignore it and just know there is no truth to that. Of course, if Raphinha decides to leave, obviously Deco will have no other choice but put him on the market. But that's not what Deco told them during the meeting. Now, speaking of the summer transfer market, it's reported that Aston Villa are eyeing 2 Barcelona players. The first one being Marc Casado. Marc Casado, who was having a spectacular season before he's lost his starting spot to Frankie de Jong, and before the injury, has of course attracted the attention of many European clubs, including Aston Villa, who are hoping to make a move for him this summer. Of course, Casado does have a contract until 2028 with a 100 million euro release clause, which is not that high compared to other players. But of course, Barcelona have no intention of selling Marc Casado. In fact, Hansi Flick counts on Marc Casado as a very important player or very important piece of his team. So Barcelona will most likely tell Aston Villa to go kick rocks. But the second player who Aston Villa are considering, which Barcelona will not tell them to go kick rocks, is Andreas Christensen. Andreas Christensen, whose contract expires in 2026, meaning he will be entering the final year of his contract come this summer. And he did arrive in Barcelona for free, which means that if Barcelona offload him, it will be pure profit for the club. He's completely amortized. Plus, given Barcelona's so many options in that center back position with Inigo, Arce, Eric Araujo, Barcelona will be definitely open to offloading Christensen this summer. If he wants to go to Aston Villa, even better. But definitely Christensen will be on the market. Aston Villa are interested. Marc Casado, they're interested in him too. But of course, that's a no-go for Barcelona or for Hansi Flick. Now, the last bit of news is in regards to Pablo Torre, because Pablo Torre's contract also expires in 2026. And it's reported that Barcelona are trying to convince the player to extend his contract and then send them out on loan. Now, it looks like Barcelona are very happy with Pablo Torre's performance and the way he trains, and even the few minutes, and even though he's gotten few minutes throughout the season, every time he's come out, he's shown that he is, he's good. And so Barcelona are very happy with his performance. They're very happy with his development. But of course, they understand that unfortunately, or fortunately, I should say, there are way too many midfielders on the team. So there is no space for him right now. But nonetheless, Barcelona don't want to lose the player because they know he's good. And even though he doesn't have space on the squad right now, they would prefer to extend his contract, loan him out, and maybe, who knows, not next season, but the one after, maybe there will be a spot for him on the team. So Barcelona are currently in the process of that, trying to convince the player to extend his contract and then send him out on loan. We'll see what Pablo Torre will do. I'm sure, he's going to make a decision by the summer because, again, he will be entering the final year of his contract. And Barcelona now have a new rule that no player will spend the last year of his contract at the club. You either renew or you leave. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. It did go live a few moments ago, so if you haven't seen that video, make sure you check it out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, Visca Barça.